about this team, but if you go back and check the record, you'll see that they beat, they've been successful against 5 Power 5 teams in the last 3 or 4 years on the road. Clemson, Duke being among them. Coach is a real good coach. It's a good job. I thought we defended them about as well as they have been defended. But part of the journey we're on is one reason why I think you see us missing key free throws. I know we're a really, really good perimeter shooting team. I thought we shot poorly tonight. But this says a lot about where young people are in terms of their maturing level in relation to their eagerness, their energy, their focus of wanting to have a good team, wanting to have individual success, wanting to have team success, wanting to represent. That's part of what we're going through right now. But I do believe that we got great culture, we got great attitudes with our guys, and I think you'll see us continue to keep growing and developing and maturing, and hopefully we can have the kind of season I think we're capable of. We still have some work to do with our team. We're still in a development, I think, mode right now. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of more do-overs. We're now going to be all ACC from here out, and we won't have very many games where I think we can shoot what we shot tonight, 18, 19%, whatever we shot from 3. But I believe we'll work those things out mentally, emotionally. I look down, we played a lot of guys. I'm not as concerned really about some of the statistics as I am just the attitudes, the ability to share the ball, share playing time, and just keeps clawing and scratching and scratching and clawing, executing our system, regardless of who we're playing. Hopefully, for too long, we'll reach our potential.
So early in the game when the team was struggling, and I know you talked about this last game too, about going to the bench, did you feel like they could give you a spark offensively?
Well, I'm not real sure. See, I'm not that philosophical. I coach, every game is different. I know you guys look for those cliches, those little tidbits. We made it very clear to the guys that we need to have good effort. And I thought we did. But I also think that some of our guys needed a blow right there after about the first 4 minutes. And that's normally what you like to see. I think maybe I extended a couple of guys' minutes just a little too long. I didn't sub because I was looking for more energy. What I was trying to do was keep everybody fresh, to keep our level of energy up. We have not been as consistent with that in any of our games, where I felt that we have maintained that level of energy to play the way that we want to play. We've been getting pretty good offense from our rotation, but I haven't been overly impressed with the energy, the defensive effort, the deflections, the steals, the blocks, the contains, the seals, the baselines. I haven't been as impressed with that. Even our transition game, I think, has not been where we would like for it to be. I mean, you saw Boston run out and get a couple of transition layups. Where's that been? You got Malik Osborne getting the offensive tip dunk. Where's that been? So we got to get back to doing all those little things that I think make the difference in the game. And that's what I was looking for, as opposed to thinking that I need to get energy. I want energy from the bench. We need to have energy from all 18 of those guys, the guys that are playing. And I thought we got that tonight. So as far as I'm concerned, that was a good start and a good way to end the first part of the season. And we'll take a little break And
Leonard, how big was that just for Raekwon and Malik to see some shots go down and contribute there in the second half? I think they had 16 points all in the second half. Raekwon
Evans, Evans, I mean, I don't mean to make a big deal of this, but I thought he was affected by what he saw the other night against Florida. He struggled a little bit, trying to recover from his past experiences with a young man that lost his life in a similar situation, and it probably bothered him a little more than we realized. And so he's been challenged a little bit, and I think making a couple of shots like that, I think really, hopefully, will rejuvenate his spirits and kind of get him out of that disappointment or that stress that's brought on by him seeing the experience in the University of Florida game. So I was happy to see him go out and make major contributions. And the fact that Scott had turned his ankle there for a moment and missed him, and he stepped right in, I thought it really, really did a great job for him.
You mentioned too, Leonard, and it's happening all across of college basketball, but how do you balance patience as a head coach in this pandemic year? And you also mentioned a little bit that you're getting the ACC schedule now. So how do you as a coach balance where your team is at right now and how much you push them?
Well, a little of it's trial and error, just being extremely attentive, watching the body language and not being a little bit more patient. I think that one of the things from my standpoint is just making sure that we didn't overdo it and then maintain your level of conditioning like we should. So, it's kind of a balancing act, and you just got to use your best judgment. And I think we're in a pretty good place. We still a work in progress. It's foolish for when you lose, this is not an excuse, but when you lose 2 lottery picks, 3 guys playing in the NBA and another guy playing in Europe doing well, it takes a while to adjust when these roles are being changed and you have 4 guys coming in, learning a new system, and you have 4 guys stepping into new roles. It's a transition period that we're going through. I feel very fortunate where we are. Obviously, we hate to lose the Central Florida game, but sometimes a loss like that maybe can kind of bring you closer together. At least that's what we hope so.
Coach, in the off season and preseason, you talked a lot about Trent Forrest's leadership and just, above everything else, that might be the biggest thing that was missed, and deservedly so. He was a pretty strong leader. Has anybody have you seen anybody on this team start to step up and maybe fill some of those shoes, or are you still waiting for some of that?
Well, I think what we've done is we have. I think what we've done, the team is leading by themselves. I think that MJ has been a leader. Turp has been a leader. Polite. All the experienced guys, I think, have stepped up and given us a solid play and great leadership off the court. But I think it's evolving. I don't think we're there yet. But I like to think that we're moving in the right direction. That's not. It's not easy. It's not easy to fill those big shoes. I was here for 4 years. 4 years prior to him even coming here, he was on every event that he could get to here. So, but I'm pleased with the culture. I'm pleased with how they're communicating, calling each other out, they're having their meetings and going through things. So I think we're in a pretty good place from a leadership. I don't see anything negative. I don't see anything negative happening. It's all positive.
To talk about the slow starts for your team, do you attribute it to just still trying to find your way throughout the course of this season, or what do you think that's related to?
Well, I think that Indiana's a pretty good basketball team. I think Florida's a pretty good basketball team. It's not as much sometimes about what we're doing when we're playing against people. I don't know, last year we won 16 games in the ACC. 13 of them, I believe, were decided by around 5 or 6 points. And so my point to you, that's the nature of college basketball. And I would love to be able to tell you we can go out and blow everybody out by 15 points. But when I look back at our record over the years, we played a lot of close games. I mean, obviously, we won 10 straight overtime games, 39 and 8 or something like that in 2-possession games. But it's a dogfight. 70% of all games in the ACC are decided by 4 points or less. So I don't overreact to that. Tonight, I mean, you guys I don't think we are a 18% three-point shooting team. I think we're a really good shooting team tonight. It's obvious that I think putting a lot of pressure on themselves, wanting to reach their goals, and this part of the development process is not always physical. It's not always how many points. It's some of just maturing, having faith, having confidence in yourself, your teammates, and your system. We're still a work in progress.
Leonard, did MJ, is he okay? I know I saw him being helped back to the locker room. And then also, I guess, two-part question. Scotty's defensive play when he came back into the game, I don't know if you saw it this way, but he really seemed to ramp it up defensively and started creating a lot of turnovers, deflections, and steals.
That's who he is. It was a major contribution. MJ, I think, got a thigh bruise. I think a knee hit somebody in his thigh. Thank goodness we got several days now to recoup from that. I don't think it's an issue. It didn't appear to be in the locker room, other than it's one of those situations where you're running into somebody's knee and gets you in the thigh and it's a little sore. But fellas, you guys have a nice Christmas. We getting ready to do our annual Christmas carol. I've gotten a lot of recording companies have called me on the sign to the contract. I told them no, we were just doing it for the boosters and charity. They're trying to extend us and offer a lot of them. No, we just doing it because we want to be in the Christmas spirit. So stay tuned. We expect whatever we do, we expect it to be moving up the ranks, probably in the top 10 videos coming up. So stay tuned. I don't know, you might see me doing a little two-step this time, you know what I'm saying? Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Leonard.
Thanks.